Don't miss a beat. Join the notification squad by clicking that bell. You'll get notified every time I upload a video, and be sure to join our Discord to talk and get help with your code. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the source code. My name is Deshaun, and today we're going to get started on installing BungeeCord. Now, this is a relatively easy setup, and this is going to be the first video in our series for the BungeeCord coding tutorials, because obviously you need a working server before you can do anything. So first things first, let's go ahead and just download the latest BungeeCord build. And excuse me, I have already set up some server here. Well, I haven't set up the server, I just made a separate folder. So I made a folder called Bungee, and now inside of my Bungee folder, I'm going to label my servers starting with numbers. That way I can have them in order for how I want them, right? So 0 is going to be Bungee, and then we're going to have a 1, which is going to be our hub, and then let's just go ahead and say 2, which is going to be our survival, just for fun, I guess. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab this build here. So let's get that BungeeCord.jar, and let's go to it. It is in my Dropbox, Java Projects, Tutorial, Bungee, and we're going to pop that right here in our Bungee server. Pretty easy so far. And now, honestly, the rest is kind of already given to us, so we don't really have to do a whole lot. So let's just go ahead and copy this. Let's go into our Bungee server. Let's create new folder. Oh, not new folder. New file, text document. And we will say start Bungee. Let's open that up. Let's paste this in. Let's save this as a start Bungee.bat. Let's save that. Okay, so we got our bat file, so we can close this out. We can delete that text file. Pretty easy. And all right, cool. So now the next thing that we're gonna have to do is still relatively easy. But now again, this is only for Windows, but the sort of the same concept applies if you're installing on Mac or Linux. Just maybe a few more steps. So generally, it's usually a good idea to have 500 megabytes per every 500 plays that you're going to have. Obviously, we're not going to have 500 players, so we really barely need 512 or 500 megabytes. That's really just for the connection, because the Bungee server only really is just there to connect people from place to place. So just sort of keep that in mind when you're allocating resources to it. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is just go ahead and let's just go ahead and run this. Okay, so that's pretty much it there. So we'll just close that down for right now. And as you can see here, we have our config. So let's head into this as soon as it loads. I use Atom, so it takes a little bit longer to open up for the first time. So since I'm going to be localhost, we're just going to keep it on 000, because that'll automatically adjust it to our local host. Alright, so now the next thing we have is our servers here. So we have our lobby, but we're going to change this to hub. And we'll make that capitals there, because that's what we named our server as. So we will just say a cool hub. That's going to be localhost 25565. And it's not restricted, so we don't have to worry about that. So pretty easy. And we're also going to grab this, and oops, then let's just add in our survival. Okay, and we're going to change this IP to 25560, 25561, and 25562, just for the fact that I think it looks better. And it's easier to manage, so you can know which server is which. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do here is we have to basically set a forced server, or we have to force a default server. So if we look on our list here, if I can find it right here, force default server, and that's going to be true. So the default server is always going to go to your first server in your server list here, so it's always going to go to my hub here, because that's what I have as my my first server list here. Alright, and we'll set our max players as, we'll just set it as 10 for right now. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's all I really need to do for right now. So we'll go ahead and pull this down. But the next thing we have to do is we have to go ahead and set up our servers individually now. So let's go here, non-Bungee. Let's just grab this spigot here. Oops. Bungee. And let's just run this. Get this all set up. Okay, so that server is done. So let's go ahead in here. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our bucket YML. Alright, so for our connection throttle, we are going to set this as -1. Easy peasy. And then inside of our server properties, open with, I guess I don't have anything assigned to open property files. We are going to open this with Atom. And inside our server property files, we are, I don't know why I did that. I could have just grabbed it here. But anyways, so inside of our server properties file, we are going to go ahead and grab, where is it, online mode. And we're going to go ahead and set this to false. Pretty easy, I'd like to think. And then in our spigot.yml, we are going to go ahead and find BungeeCord, and we are going to set it to true. And now let's make sure we have our IPs consistent here. So this is going to be 25561, and we can close this down now. And then I ran this other server here. So let's go back in here, bucket YML. Have this all load. Connection throttle here to -1. We'll go to server properties. We'll set our online mode equal to false. Change our IP here to 2, or our port, and our spigot.yml. We'll go ahead and grab our BungeeCord and we'll set this to true. Okay. So now we're just about ready. So let's go ahead and start all these servers up. Let's make sure we got everything working right. Oh, so it's still looking for our server lobby. So let's figure out why it's looking for that. Here we go. So we don't have that, so we have hub. So let's close that out. Let's reload this. There we go. So now we can go ahead and go to our server here. Well, that's not going to work, so we're going to do, let's change this to Bungee, and this is going to be localhost 25560. And you can see there, a cool hub, forced host. And now we can join. And so we just need to do IP forwarding. Forgot about that. So that's what you need to do, so that way players can actually join, because if you don't, it's not going to be able to recognize who they are. So where is IP forwarding on here? IP forward, and we'll set that to true. Just reload. Oops, sorry, that's reload's not a Bungee command. So we'll just restart that. It takes like 2 seconds for it to load back up. And let's rejoin. And voila, we are on our hub server. So now if we go ahead and do server, you are currently connected to hub, but we also have access to survival. So we'll do server survival. And you can see there that we have jumped to our survival server. So we have our BungeeCord set up, and so now next episode we'll get into doing some basic development on some basic Bungee plugins. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a comment, drop a like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.